Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining me. This is GGF bringing you episode 120, the big 120 of Let's Play Pillars of Eternity. Mouth is a little dry, guys, so let me hit my water bottle. Hope y'all are well. Doing good out there. If you did not see the last episode or two, I highly suggest pausing this, going and watching those, and then coming back later to this, because we did some fascinating stuff in an Engwithan ruin. Basically our first Engwithan ruin, if you don't count the Heritage Hill outpost thing. And it was fascinating. Kind of found out that the Leaden Key seems to be behind the Hollowborn crisis.
Sure.
And we're going to report that to Lady Webb
How fares your search?
right now.
Well, let's hear it.
The Leaden Key is manipulating a group of Engwithan machines that span the country, and it seems to be causing the Hollowborn epidemic.
I had feared they might be involved in Widewind's legacy. It seemed too extreme even for them. How naive I've been. The Leaden Key's conspiracy is clear now. They have used Engwithan technology to engineer Widewind's legacy.
Yep.
And they want people to blame animancy for it.
Yep.
As we speak, the Duke is holding hearings in the palace. He is listening to arguments for and against animancy. When they finish, he is expected to decide whether to outlaw it. It seems the Leaden Key has been pushing Deerwood down this path for some time.
Indeed. Gained 558 XP.
I, for one, would enjoy seeing their little scheme fouled up at the last moment. Our Duke must hear what you have to say. Unfortunately, the hearings are closed to the public, which makes the Duke inaccessible until they are completed. However, certain groups have been invited to attend. You might get in with one of them if you aren't above a little pandering. There are delegations from the Knights of the Crucible, the Dozens, and from House Dominel. If you can gain the support of one of those groups, that may be your best way in. See what you can arrange.
I want to discuss the animancy hearings at the palace.
What of them?
What is there to know about the Duke?
Avar is many things to many people, and that is why he sits the throne. To the frontiersmen, he is one of their own. To the patriotic, he is a sole descendant of Admeth Hadrit. To the nobility, he is from an old and established family. All of these are half-truths or exaggerations, a tale he has spun around himself. The man behind the tale may not be the greatest mind in Deerwood, but he knows people. He knows when they are sincere and when they lie. He knows when they are strong and when they are weak. The other matters he leaves to me. Outwardly, he prefers to come off a bit of a simpleton. Don't be fooled. Before he was a duke, he was a trapper, and an excellent one at that.
Wouldn't they allow a guest of Dunreed Rowan to the hearings?
We would only do that as a last resort. Walking in with one of the 3 invited groups puts you in a position of influence. Walking in alone as a representative of Dunreed Row would earn you distrust among all the rest. It seems our organization has a reputation for nosiness and manipulation, for whatever reason.
She glances to one side.
It would be best if people did not see Dunreed Row's hand in this. Easier for them to embrace the truth.
Let's talk about something else. Other
Yes.
questions? Farewell. Alright, so we have to go get... This is interesting. It looks like we're going to be taking part in some sort of hearing. If we get in with one of those families, and if we check our character sheet, We're a champion of Defiance Bay, overwhelmingly good. Champion of Gilded Vale, overwhelmingly good. Deerford Village Hero, moderately good. Twin Elms, nothing yet. Knights of the Crucible champion, overwhelmingly good. The Dozens, an eccentric, faintly mixed. In-house Dominels, the Scoundrel, extremely bad. And then there's Stalwart from the White March, ally, faintly good. Travel time has been 2 months, 7 days, 17 hours on the road. So let's go to the Knights of the Crucible and talk to Cleaver, Commander Cleaver, and see if they'll support us. Should be fairly easy to get his vote since we are a champion to them. We saved them from the Animat disaster. Amongst other things. Send to first fires. And right into the Crucible Keep. This is interesting stuff. I have never gotten this far in the game before. This is all new to me. So we're flying blind here, which is how I tend to like it. Just this year? Okay, we have to go talk to Cleaver, I'm sure. And then we'll also check homie up there, Dunstan. We'll check his magical items if he has any remaining. Let's check him first because talking to Cleaver might trigger us going right to the hearings. Check out Dunstan's stock. I don't remember what he had, if he had anything. Show me what you have for sale. The White Spire. 5 DR bypass, S-stock, inflicts disorienting for 5 seconds on hit and grants Blizzard 3 per rest. It's worth 1200. Disorienting, we don't know. The Masuk hunting bow, I sold him that. Sold him all this stuff, of course. He's got a billion of them. Fine shields. Heldrick's coat. 3 damage reduction, freeze, 30 defense against prone, defense against push. It is a DR 14. Exceptional plate armor. Crucible Knight's officer armor. All exceptional stuff. Varathian robes. Okay, Forge Master's gloves. 5 damage reduction burn and grants Firebrand 3 per rest. Firebrand summons the weapon Firebrand for 30 seconds, which is a great sword, 29 to 44, damaging 3 plus 4 accuracy, slow and does burn damage, and 5 damage reduction burn. However, for gloves we sold him 10% to crit multiplier, and I guess that's all he has. Tanglefoot Trap, Opal. Oh, and Gon's Pledge. Alright, we sold him that. I don't think anybody could use those Forge Master gloves, but we'll keep looking here. He's also got exceptional stuff. Do I want Heldrick's coat? DR 14. 50% recovery speed. It is like a Brigandine or something. 3 damage reduction, freeze. It doesn't say how we can enchant it. It's exceptional. 30 defense against prone, 15 defense against push. So it'd be harder to move somebody in that armor. Now wait a minute. Grieving Mother could replace that, but I don't want to replace it with recovery speed 50 stuff. know who I would give that to. Recovery speed 50. Aloth has the sun-touched mail. Recovery speed 45%. Maybe give it to Aloth, who's battle maged up. This is only minus 50% poison and disease effect tick rate. I'll grant Sunbeam 3 per S, right? That's pretty nice, though he hasn't used it yet. 20 to 35 burn, blinded for 15 seconds, a 1.25 radius. Honestly, though, we could replace this. This is replaceable. It's only fine. Only +1 might. The might is cool. DR 11. Let's take a look at Heldrick's coat compared to that. Let's quick save. Or we can
Your
do it.
thoughts must flow deeply indeed.
We can do it right from the inventory, right from the sales screen here. We're gonna take a look at the White Spire too, closer. Let's go to compare. So it's a DR 14, 18 crush compared to 7. So that goes up 11. Corrode stays at 11. Freeze goes up 6 points to 17. Slash goes down 3 from 17 to 14. Piercing goes up 3 from 11 to 14. And everything else goes up 3. We lose Sunbeam, but we gain defense against prone and push, so he can't be moved around too well. It does have 3 damage reduction freeze, and it's exceptional. Compared to the Sun Touch, we can put Might on it, probably. And I'd rather the bonus of defense against prone and push than poison and disease. So let's buy it and see what happens. We'll check them out in it. Trizade. Does anybody not have any gloves at all? No? Okay. Alright, so let's check them out. Eldrick's coat. Yeah, crush goes up to 21 actually. From 10, so it's 11. Looks like burn goes to 9 though. Where's that corrode? 20 freeze resist. His recovery speed only goes down 5%. His damage goes down 1 point, but if we put might on this, let's see how we can enchant it. Yep. We can put a point of might on it. Bloodstone, 300 copper, a pilgrim's crown, and a binding copper. Let's enchant it. Bong bong. So now he's not losing the might, but he's gaining much more damage resistance reduction. So I think we'll leave that on him. This, the slash proof, and the dexterity are both suppressed. But still, it's 20%. I don't want to mess around with that. Unless I can make the Raiment of Wild's Eyes. Unless I can make that exceptional. This DR 11. Blide Golan. Less stun duration, knockdown duration. And when you're stunned, you get defense. Prone defense. And then we can do these two things to something else. But DR 7, 25%. Probably leave that as is. The Blide Golan. I kind of like, less stun duration, less knockdown duration, and then defense while stunned and while knocked down. So that's pretty good. Rather than poison and disease. Jack of Wide Waters, again, that's suppressed, but it's 20% recovery speed. She's got the Hand and Key, which has been around forever. Defense against Confused Charm Dominated. Recovery speed 40%. It's a DR 10. Still pretty nice. Can we further enchant it with anything? No, but that's cool. So we're going to probably keep that on there because I like the bonuses for that. And Adair has the Aro Brakir. The Aro Brakir giving 10 deflection against ranged attacks and 1 move speed. So that's a definite keeper there. So we'll just go ahead and stash the Sun Touch Mail for now. And I think we have a nice upgrade there. Let's come to Dunstan really quickly and sell this stuff. What was that? Bounding missiles. We just don't use them enough. Ring of Overseeing. Exceptional Morning Star. Bong Bong, 1810. We're up to 18.9 in money again. Let's stash the Overseeing Ring. And stash the Piglet. Alright, so let's go talk to Commander Cleaver. I don't think I want the Forge Master gloves from him. So we'll talk to the commander, see if he'll support us in the hearings. And then we'll go do something major probably. In handling that. Let's see what Commander Cleaver has to say. He smiles warmly. What may I do for you? I understand that the Crucible Knights are attending the animancy hearings at the palace.
Indeed. Duke Avar looks to the knights for prudent counsel as well as defense. I suspect our future as a city and a nation will depend in no small part on how we handle this matter.
He clasps his hands behind his back. What do you think about animancy? We'd be fools not to investigate it further. I've seen what the researchers in Brackenberry can do. Building constructs, diagnosing soul maladies, harnessing raw essence. There's great potential. Detractors say that it's too dangerous, but that it angers the gods. Superstition and nonsense. There are risks to delving into souls, of course, but the greater risk lies with doing nothing at all while the legacy eats away at us. Tell me about the hearings. He gives you a gruff frown. They're progressing slower than I'd like. The dozens raise a ruckus whenever anyone so much as mentions animancy, and the Dominels are obfuscating matters on purpose. Nevertheless, I'm confident Avar will see reason eventually. Let's talk about something else. Let me make a save here. And make like a hard save. YouTube 128 before hearings. Bong bong. Mashallah. Let's
Indeed.
I need an
Duke
audience
Avar
with Duke
looks to the
Avar.
knights for prudent counsel
I'd like
as
to
well as
attend the
defense.
hearings. And we'll be glad to have you with us. Avar will no doubt find your presence persuasive, and we need all possible support to see that he gives animancy a fair chance. We can lie and say indeed. Or just say indeed. 558 XP. Was there something else I can do for you? Goodbye. Return to Brackenberry and speak to Lady Webb at Hadrid House about attending the hearings. Bong bong. Looks like we are headed to the hearing, son. That should be interesting. I've never seen any kind of judicial content in the game, but that's awesome that it exists. Let's head back to Brackenberry. Hopefully not get jumped on the way. Or if they want to jump us, we're ready.
Next time we get the chance, I'm buying you a pint. That means a lot, Adair. Oh, do you want one too? Sorry, I meant for Isselmere. I'll get you one too.
That's hilarious. Oh, you want one too? Too funny. Adair. Alright, okay, we're heading into Brackenberry, back to...
So, Alaf, have you ever woken up to find your other half used your body during the night?
I don't think I understand you. And I'm not sure I want to.
Well, I've found that if I go to sleep hungry enough, I wake up covered in blood and delightfully full.
Yikes. Alright. Lady Webb. So I'm sure there's branching paths here, like depending on who you side with. Pretty interesting stuff. Let's come to her room. Done read agents. Lady Webb. The one and only.
How fares your search?
If I'm going to do this for you, I think it's time you told me everything about Theos. Remember, Theos was the one that did this all to us and started the whole process.
I've told you everything you need to know.
But not everything.
It's only right that you know everything. When I was younger, before Dunreed Row, I had many suitors. These were fine-looking men of good stock. But I could see their thoughts, and they were unimpressive. Boys' thoughts. I toyed with their affections. I resented all of them.
Lady Webb looks down at her hands, lost in thought. She shakes her head, a rattling sigh struggles to escape her throat.
And then I met a man whose mind was a mystery to me. But he understood me. He knew me at a glance, told me things I didn't know about myself. He was neither handsome nor charming, but he was all I ever wanted.
Wow, you're talking about Theos.
We made a game of my gift. He would ask me about people, and I would tell him what they were thinking. Sometimes the information was very sensitive.
Yikes.
And then one day he asked me if I trusted him. I said I did. Next I knew I was donning a silver mask and swearing oaths to Woodica. Using my gift for the leaden key still felt like a game to me, so I did it.
Wow.
I did it because it pleased him.
But it didn't last.
I don't like living in the dark. It's a powerless, hopeless feeling. Every day I did things without knowing their purpose. Every day I loved a man without knowing his thoughts of me. I sensed that there were things he wanted to tell me. I sensed that he knew everything the leaden key was created to hide. But Theos was unyielding. One day I disappeared without a word. He would kill me for it, and I knew that. It's their rule. I just wanted to see him plunge the knife, because then I would know. But the day never came. He has left me to wonder. I have devoted my years to learning everything I could about him, in hopes I would find some clue as to who he really was, and why he felt he had to keep his secrets locked away. I have precious little to show for it. Just an old woman nagged by old thoughts.
She rubs out a smudge on her left palm.
And that is truly everything I can tell you about Theos.
Wow.
I hope you will accept this embarrassing story as a show of my good faith.
She looks back up at you. I want to discuss the animancy hearings at the palace.
What of them?
The Knights of the Crucible have accepted me into their delegation.
Good. Avar Wolfgren looks to the Crucible Knights as a voice of reason and order. Speaking from their section should lend you credibility with him.
Cool.
You need waste no more time here. Get to the palace. Make your case to the Duke. With him on our side, all of Deerwood can be mobilized against the leaden key,
Nice.
and Theos can be rooted out. I only wish I could be there to see it. There is a very old bottle of a very good brandy that I have been saving for a special day. If you hurry back afterward, there may be a little left for you. Off with you. You're going to do very well in there.
She smiles thinly. 558 XP. I want to discuss
What
them.
of them?
Farewell. Attend the hearings at the Ducal Palace. Bong bong. Alright, let's go, son. Let's go, son. Look at Aloth with that wicked quarterstaff. Now he's super battle maged up with basically a plate armor on. Basically, but it's like a brigandine. But it's exceptional and it's 50% recovery speed, so pretty battle maged up. Oh, here we go. Assassins. And a lot of them. Let's see.
Need something?
You're back there, so you could even cast a spell if you wanted to. Nature's Terror. Firebug. And hit the, that assassin with Firebug.
I'm ready.
Paladin, go back and attack them. Grieving Mother, go attack that one. Aloth, could probably cast a spell too. Enervating Terror. Cast it on all of them. Elzarian is doing what? Fighting. Change to your form. How are we doing? Aravius is fighting. That one's near death. Grieving Mother has 56. She's not doing anything. Go attack. Oh, she's got a pistol. Whoops. Good dual wield, son. Okay, you guys. Go rush that one. That one's half dead from Firebug. You guys go take that one down. Mashallah. Bong bong, son. Take that, assassins. Won't be assassinating anyone today. Scrawled note written on the scrap of parchment is a concise but detailed description of you, including your name, your distinguishing features, and everyone you're known to have associated with in your brief time in Deerwood. 2 golden swola, Woodica hood, 4 silver fittings, breastplates that we can sell. Bong bong, son. Ooh, plate armors, mail armors, 4 silver fittings, a silver Lucia, 5 pawns, 5 pawns, 5 pawns, 5 pawns. Another scribbled note, bunch of stuff for sale. Mashallah. There we go, son. Handled that pretty well. I'm a little beat up, but hanging in there. Now let's go to first fires, yo. Get to the Ducal Palace. Interesting stuff. Might be more assassins on the way. Can't take me down. Ducal Palace is up here. Alright, let's go, son. In we go. Probably have to do pretty good here. Talk to the Justiciar. A place has been reserved for you on the balcony, Elzarian. Go to the upper floor. Nice. Upper floor we go. I know where that is. Right here. We received word from Commander Cleaver that you'd be attending, Elzarian. The balcony has been opened for you. Bong bong, here we go. Duke Avar Wolfgren. The room below is animated amidst a heated debate. All the representative groups are easily discerned in the crowd. Crucible Knights, stiff in their noisy armor, sit in one section. In another are well-dressed members of House Domino, casual, watching with a predator's interest. Still elsewhere are the ramshackle dozens who have made no special effort to dress up for their liege lord. Interspersed are animancers in their academic robes with expressions either sour or concerned.
Well then, answer me this, Master Barash. If you animancers represent our best hope to cure the legacy, what progress can you demonstrate?
At the back of the chamber sits the Duke, right there, sprawled in his throne, worn down but alert and feisty nonetheless.
Ramir de Barask is originally from Palminia. He's one of the finest minds in animancy to come out of the Valian republics. He left for Defiance Bay 5 years ago, because he believed this was the true heart of animancy research.
Palagina leans in for a whisper. In Palagina's words and the way she looks at her countrymen, you see both pride and a mild sense of frustration.
As I've said, it isn't about progress, it's about potential.
That's Ramir de Barash.
My house would agree, Your Grace. We see great potential in its future.
House Domino, right there.
And I suppose your blazing profits during the legacy don't have nothing to do with that, do they, Domino? You can't have it both ways no more. Animancy goes, or this country goes.
The dozens.
So you admit, Master Barask, that animancy is no closer to stopping the legacy than it ever was.
No, we've had many promising experiments. Cadman Azo has shown...
Cadman Azo murdered a child. For a complete failure. We should be hanging him right now for what he done. The dozens won't stand for it.
Oh.
The experiment failed, yes, but his work...
His work was sabotaged.
Ah, our new delegate from the Knights of the Crucible. What makes you say sabotage?
All at once, the attendees turn their faces toward you, a mishmash of judgment and incredulity. Incredulity? I don't know. Only the Duke, a wild-looking man with a scraggly beard, seems unfazed by your interruption. We can lie. Say, I met a false patient in Brackenberry Sanitarium who had tampered with Azo's machinery.
The fuck's that even matter? These are people who would toy with the lives of our children.
Indeed. Even assuming there was sabotage, is this Animancer Azo not still accountable here?
Let's see, this is not the Bow Reach incident. This is a responsible scientist who was manipulated. Those who know me around here know me to be fair in judgment. Cadman Azo should be held innocent. Should be held guilty. No, he isn't. This was a responsible scientist who was manipulated. Yes, he is. Cadman Azo's ambition exceeded his ethics. Cadman Azo. Do I bring up the Bow Reach incident? Like, that could be a good thing, saying, like, it's nothing like that. Or it could be a bad thing bringing that up. Because they'll be like, yes, it's just like that. This is not the Bow Reach incident. This is a responsible scientist who was manipulated. Aloth whispers between gritted teeth. How can you call him responsible? You saw the state of the sanitarium?
Horseshit! These animancers can't be trusted! Look at what happened in Heritage Hill! Our supposed protectors from Crucible Keep can't even clean up the messes animancy leaves!
Your Grace, we'd have a much easier time of it if our knights weren't so occupied trying to keep their organization from igniting a revolution on our very doorstep.
Heritage Hill is blood on your hands, Justiciar! You turn a blind eye, and look what happens!
I've been to Heritage Hill since the quarantine. Though the knights weren't able to control the damage, it was not animancy, but an ancient machine that caused it. The Crucible Knights are blameless here. This was not the workings of animancy, but an ancient device in Tir Nunith. Let's tell them I've been there. I've been to Heritage Hill since the quarantine. Though the Knights were unable to control the damage, it was not animancy, but an ancient machine that caused it. Yep.
You've some strange taste in travels, friend. The height of your tales expands with every breath.
We don't have enough might, resolve, or aggressive. My word is my oath. I challenge anyone here to find someone who knows different.
I had heard whispers of a new delegate set to attend today's hearing. I admit that your candor was mentioned more than once. Tell us what you saw in Heritage Hill.
Tir Nunith houses an Ingwithan machine that holds dominion over the flow of souls. It was this machine that made the district undead.
Even if it is as you say, we have testimony that a group of animancers had been spending time there. Surely their tinkering had something to do with this.
I have reason to believe there were others at the tower who might have done this.
Animancy has many enemies. You need only look around this room to see it.
Indeed.
You're missing the point! Everywhere there's animancers, there's disaster! We all know what Widewind's legacy's really about. And it ain't about some sparkling saint from Creed Ceres who's mad because he took a stroll down the wrong bridge! It's about a bunch of so-called intellectuals fucking with the natural order while the rest of us gotta suffer for it!
Is it, though? Should we not take the time to reach a clear conclusion? I mean, what proof do we have?
My son and daughter are buried beneath the floor of my house. We don't own no land, so that's where we lay them. My son. My wife let him slip when she was bathing him. Got water in his lungs he couldn't cough up. My daughter? We put her to bed one night, and the next morning she wasn't breathing. This Hollowborn thing, it ain't ending. And it ain't ending because we still let these charlatans play God. There's your proof, you damn copper fucker!
Enough, Adric. Lady Dominel makes a point. If it's animancy, then why do the other states that permit the practice not suffer the same fate? Who among us can say he truly understands why the legacy has taken hold here?
I can. The grieving mother reaches toward your mind with her thoughts. Bring order to the chaos here. Yeah, I can. The crowd begins to mutter, the sound taking a doubtful character. Widewind's legacy is the creation of the Letting Key. Cadman Azo's downfall was their work, as was the tower in Heritage Hill. They want you to do this. They want animancy to fail. The dull muttering expands into a din of skepticism that fills the hall. I have seen them in the ruins of Eric Lonfoth operating machines that disrupt and redirect the flow of souls, near towns like Gilded Vale and Deerford where the legacy is universal. As a watcher, I have heard their dead confess their plot. They are stealing the souls of the unborn.
Beasts. Another lunatic at the hearing. Did you remember to lock your sanitarium before you left, Master Barask?
The room laughs. Your quips cannot change the truth.
You must know, friend, that the leaden key is a mantle for small-time ruffians and children at play. I'm not saying you're a liar. Not yet. But you'd better start making sense of all this. Help us believe you.
The Duke leans forward in his throne, a trace of curiosity in his eyes. Oh boy. What's more likely, that the gods are destroying Deerwood for a science practiced in many parts of the world, or that a group of people hates animancy and wants it suppressed? The Lennon Key is very real. They are foreigners from Adir and Rayed Saris who hate Deerwood and want to see us suffer. Let's say a lord is cuckolded by his wife. If he tells her to stop, she'll only want her lover more. But if he spreads a rumor that her lover has just visited a brothel and acquired a pox on his loins, she'll end it on her own. We all want the same thing here. We want Widewind's legacy to end. If we work together instead of arguing, we can stop the people who are doing this. If you know anything about me, you know this. I've been called many things, but never a liar. An honest witness is the best piece of evidence you have in this matter. That one's pretty good. If you know anything about me, you know this. I've been called many things, but never a liar. But I am kind of deceptive at times. We all want the same thing here. We want Widewind's legacy to end. If we work together instead of arguing, we can stop the people who are doing this. You speak truth, Watcher. Unfortunately, I fear it falls on deaf ears in this place.
No self-respecting member of the Dozens is gonna let these animancers keep casting their black magics in the same districts where there's children being born!
I swear to you that no animancer has anything to do with your children's tragic fate. The legacy continues until we stop the right people.
I don't know about all of this.
You've made an unexpected case, friend. I'll say that much. It seems we have a new possibility to consider, at the very least. How was it you came to learn all this?
Were they instrumental, though? The Knights of the Crucible were instrumental in aiding my investigation.
I see. I'm impressed the Knights seized such an unlikely opportunity to find an end to all of this. But these hearings are about more than Widewind's legacy, even though that is our most pressing concern. Let's say for the moment that I were to take you at your word that our friends in Brackenbury Sanitarium and their peers bear no responsibility for this curse upon my country. I'm curious, what would you do if you were in my position?
I would allow animancers to continue their work. They explore questions we all wish to understand. If we'd known more, perhaps this crisis could have been averted. Animancy should be studied in Deerwood. If you don't, someone else will, and they will wield great power over you. The animancers of Deerwood have been given too long a leash. The practice should be restricted and controlled. In truth, I'm not completely confident animancy doesn't have something to do with Widewind's legacy. It would be wise to ban the practice, at least for now. Animancy is too dangerous. We were not meant to use it, and we have proven why we are unworthy of it. It should be outlawed. Animancy. I would allow animancers to continue their work. They explore questions we all wish to understand. If we'd known more, perhaps this crisis could have been averted. Her face still, Palagina looks your way and subtly nods in approval. Nice. Aloth shakes his head. Animancers serve their own ambitions and their own purses. Giving them this power is like setting a child loose in an armory. I do not trust these animancers, seeking first after gain and glory. But if they can heal our children, I would not hinder them.
Very well. That is all I wish to hear. Not just from you, but from everyone. Many days we've been at this. It is time we put it to rest.
Here we go, son. We're going to see what happens.
I want to thank the delegations for helping me collect my thoughts. And our new delegate, who has warned us of a new possibility that must be looked into.
Indeed.
The time has come to choose a direction for the Deerwood. I am ready to make my pronouncement.
Uh-oh, here we go.
Ramir de Barash, representing the interests of animancers in Deerwood, step forward.
Your Grace.
Uh-oh, who's this? What the heck?
It occurs to me now that my concerns about animancy
no.
may not outweigh its value.
Oh no.
Forgive me, Your Grace. We will accept no judgment but our own.
What's he doing?
Oh no.
No! Avenge the Doom!
No, wait!
Stop this at once!
Oh no. Oh no.
I've given you every chance to end this pursuit. Shall I end it for you?
Oh boy.
Another time. I am already late.
Oh my gosh. Did I pass out? Wow. Minea finishes escorting the supplicant, returns to the stronghold. The words, "Shall I end it for you," ring in your ears. You find yourself gasping for breath, struggling to keep your own balance. You drop to a knee and watch as Theos hurries out of the building. The world dims around you, the screams and clashing of weapons fading to silence. All that remains are the words.
Shall I end it for you?
Theos stands at a pulpit, high above an assembly of robed onlookers, you among them, clustered around a wide circular pit carved of stone. He addresses a woman bound backward over a large iron wheel overlooking the great stone maw. Many of the woman's fingers and toes are severed, and the bottoms of her feet are charred black. The skin on one side of her face looks... and the angle of her back suggests... Yet for all that, her expression betrays little of her anguish.
I am already at peace, Grand Inquisitor. Are you?
Her eyes are barely open and her words come between strangled breaths, but they are steady, unbroken.
So be it. If you desire no end, you shall have none. I find you guilty of heresy. May the eternal prison bar your soul from passage, for it is beyond redemption.
He nods to a hooded attendant who begins untying her from the wheel. Elzarian was granted dominion of the sleepers. You open your eyes to the beamed ceiling of the palace's grand entry hall. Lord Beauregard will check that out. The clangs of metal striking metal waft in from outside alongside the cries of the injured as you stagger to your feet. Theos is gone. The grieving mother hovers over you with wide, fearful eyes. We are surrounded by spirits of rage and fear. We must flee. Off to one side, you can hear the clinking rustle of chainmail, and you look over to see a wounded guard slumped against the wall. He is trying to say something seemingly directed at you, but at first it is too faint to hear. He gathers his breath and manages to rasp out a few words. Lady Webb, she's the only. She must be told. She'll know what to do. Please, find her. Tell her everything. The guard passes out and slides to the floor still. The Hermit of Hadrid House. Okay, while we're here though. Wait a minute, let's quick save first, just in case. I want that potion of deleterious. 314 pawns. Alright. Good to go tell Lady Webb. Virga.
How do you do?
Nothing wrong with Virga. Let's go check if there's any loot left by everybody. Proper key we don't have. So actually we have nothing left to do but go to Lady Webb. 1 second, guys. Okay, we are back and just about out of time here, guys. So I'm going to save and say thank you for joining me. Hope you enjoyed this thrilling episode, in my opinion. Very wild and crazy with the revelations. And I hope you'll join me next time as we go find Lady Webb and see what's going on with her. Figure that out. And yeah, so hope you enjoyed this one. Thanks for watching. If you did enjoy, please like, comment, subscribe before you head out. I'd greatly appreciate it. Also, if you want to become a huge help to the channel, you can become a member. Info and links are in the description for that. And yeah, I just hope to see y'all next time because, wow, it's getting juicy. The Duke went down. I think he's dead. I don't know. We don't know yet. But interesting stuff. Theos crashes the party, and catch y'all in the next one. Ciao for now.